ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Economic Implications 101, where an article is discussed to inform you of the latest domestic and international economic updates, and today's video is no different. This video will be split into two. Today I'm going to discuss why the solution of racism in the United States is not oneness. The next video will discuss what kind of economic implications can occur when acknowledgement, accountability, and true reformation do not take place in a racist country such as the United States. I found this article published on the New York Times website and it caught my attention. The article mentioned a number of important things that require a lot of discussions, but I'll pick out a few. Opinion columnist Charles Blow said America loves to frame race in this country around unity rather than equality, but to do so robs the oppressed of legitimate grievance. What I like about these two sentences, besides the language and or choice of words, is the accuracy. Unity is defined as being together or at one with something or someone. Words like togetherness or oneness are usually substituted for the word unity. Equality, on the other hand, means the state of being equal, especially in status, rights, and opportunities. And because of years of oppression, slavery, and entitlement, it is not appropriate to just group all human beings together. That would disregard the reason why so many activists like John Lewis, Nelson Mandela, Angela Wright, and others before and after that have fought and are currently fighting for Black bodies to matter. We are not one because certain privileges have allowed others to roam freely, while others are questioned numerously when they take a walk to the grocery store on the wrong side of town. Because the questioning, killing, tasering, injustice essentially has become a habit of reoccurrence since the founding days of the United States, unity just won't do. It's equality. The United States prides itself on freedom, opportunity, choice, the land where all your dreams come true, and etc. Many of its citizens and residents, especially those who make governmental decisions, like to believe that racism, white supremacy, unfair treatment doesn't happen on this land. But just because the methods used to elevate white people to seem more superior than Black people are not obvious all the time does not mean the problem of racism doesn't exist. What people want is for the death of Martin Luther King Jr., Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, George Floyd, Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin to mean something. Something enough that for once, Black and other people of color are seen equal. I agree with Charles Blow. It is time we stop dancing around the words white supremacy and stop treading lightly and call it what it is. People simply can't walk around thinking they're above their neighbors just because their skin color is white. It is absurd, yet this happens on a daily basis in the so-called land of equal opportunity. So to conclude, white supremacy has been able to thrive in the United States as long as it has because for some, the state of denial is easier to stay in, and that's why words like racism doesn't exist, therefore it is not a problem are heard often. Not only is this not true, but it mocks the bravery of those who speak up or fight against the daily racial discrimination in banking, medicine, education, and etc. Others ask, why change the system that I benefit from? Well, I'll tell you why. You promised us freedom. Proof is evident in the Constitution. Judgment is passed before I can get my ID out to show you that I bleed the same blood as you. I say all of this to say that equality is not the standard in the United States, and that's deeply concerning. Let me know down below in the comment section if you're excited for part 2. And since you're already scrolling down, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you for tuning to Economic Implications 101 and see you next time.